How's it? I am Mr. Willie 19 coming at you here from the Second Amendment Show on the YT YouTube. Um, Sorry for the glasses, as is often the case. Way my schedule is, the time of day that I have to make videos and where I have my webcam set up often has me staring straight into the sun. So please forgive, I'm not trying to go all rock star, but they are Smith & Wesson outdoor shooting glasses. And I rock these things as EDC. Sometimes I like them just fine. On the subject of Smith & Wesson, I'm going to do a quick little tabletop review here of a Smith & Wesson shotgun, the model 916A. That's 916 Alpha. Yeah, Smith & Wesson shotgun in 12 gauge, made from back in the 70s. What? Smith & Wesson didn't make no damn shotguns back in the 70s. I hear that so often, even from knowledgeable gun people and people that don't know that much about guns. Oh yeah, and they know a little bit about it, so it can be obscure to some folks. But I would like some help from anybody who's going to catch this video. If you know how to get any information on this thing, it would be greatly appreciated. I've contacted Smith & Wesson on 3 different occasions. Of course, coming from the 70s, it doesn't have an owner's manual with it. I got transferred to voicemail 2 times. The people didn't have a clue as what the heck I was talking about. The 3rd time, the person actually was familiar with the shotgun. But 3 different transfers to 3 different voicemails. I've sent an email to customer service, and I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to deal with a damn gun from back in the 70s either. You know, especially something that's not worth spit. If it's a valuable item, yeah, sure, I'd probably help someone out, but not for this very generic 99-cent store style shotgun is pretty much what they are nowadays. Anyway, let's get to it, because I would like your advice. Any information that anyone can give about these, I will, as I'm doing the benchtop review, I'll tell what little bit I know. If you can add anything to it, I would certainly appreciate it. I'm looking for comments. And speaking of which, please check the link below. There's going to be a link to Gear Junkie's channel, Guitar Mikey 2. He's got questions about the pros and cons versus revolvers versus semi-autos. Now, there's a good debate to get into, huh? There'll be a link down below, and it's running as the featured video on my channel. So stand by for just a moment, and we'll take a look at the shotgun that I'm talking about. I'll give a quick review of my thoughts on it, and any feedback you can provide would be certainly appreciated. Thanks a lot. Okay, and here is a full-length view of the Smith & Wesson 916A. Yes, that's a photographer's vest hanging off the back of a chair. I do wear a photographer's vest. You think you look goofy wearing one? Just try seeing how you feel wearing it. But they work well, so. There's a full-length view of that side of the full-length view of the other side. Okay, let me apologize in advance for the camera angle here. I am working with a webcam. I really need to replace my old camcorder. I can start making better vids, but it should come out okay, I guess. Anyway, this is the Smith & Wesson model 916A. That's a 916 Alpha. Slide this along so you can look at it here. It is 12 gauge pump action. They'll carry 5 in the tube, of course, plus 1 up in the receiver. Now, Smith & Wesson, what I've been able to determine, they had bought the old Noble Manufacturing Company. And anyone who's familiar with the Noble 60 12 gauge, this is an offshoot of that, which will tell you right there that this gun has a mediocre reputation at best. But Smith & Wesson, when Noble Manufacturing went out of business, they bought Noble's designs, patents, and tooling. And by the early 70s, Smith & Wesson had cleaned up the designs a bit and launched production of a line of sporting and law enforcement shotguns. This happens to be one of the law enforcement guns. It has a 19.5-inch barrel, basically what you'd call a 20, I guess. Measured from receiver to end of barrel, it's 19.5. Anyone who's old enough to remember back in the 70s when shotguns used to be carried vertically right in the center of the dash. You can always tell if that was a cop behind you at night because the headlights shining the car behind them. You could see that shotgun mounted right in the center of the dash. You knew it was a cop car behind you. Political correctness nowadays, no longer keep them in view like that. Not around here anyway. So this is an old police shotgun. Smith & Wesson, of course, had a corner on the law enforcement market with handguns, well, through the 50s and 60s, early 70s, and they wanted to get in on that shotgun market that Remington and Winchester had a hold of, and their effort at doing it was pretty crappy. So they ended up coming out with these things here. Now, I did a review on a Ruger P90 that should be an excellent handgun, but I obviously got a lemon off the production line. As far as this particular shotgun is concerned, I believe I also got an anomaly off the assembly line because this thing rocks. It's been a great gun. I doubt if you can see that, but the Smith & Wesson logo is stamped right there. Of course, wooden furniture on it. Safety is on the tang. Oh, and for the hall monitors and safety sallies. Okay, the action works great on it, but being only having one action bar, I don't know if you can see there's wear on the receiver here from me being a right-handed shooter using my left hand to work the action. The foregrip runs up against there. But that's about all I know about these guns, is that Smith & Wesson tried to get in on the shotgun market with some Noble's crap. These guns have a kind of poor reputation. This particular one runs awesome. I was out at a shooting meet out in the desert, and I took my brother's 4x and went off to do some photography work, and my team partner Neil, who's the son of one of my friends, great shooter. Anyway, he asked if he can borrow my shotgun while I was gone. I said, sure, help yourself. There's ammo cans over there. Knock yourself out. I came driving back a few hours later, and I heard this weird whoop, whoop, and obviously somebody was firing a shotgun. Come to find out, it was mine. My shooting teammate was shooting 3-inch Magnum loads out of this, and it's clearly stamped right here on the barrel. Proof tested 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch chamber, cylinder bore. So it was shooting 3-inch Magnums. It didn't seem to have much problem. I would never do it. And on the barrel here, it reads Smith & Wesson Model 916A, Springfield, Massachusetts, made in USA. So anyone that has any information about these guns, where I can get a exploded parts view, any aftermarket stuff, I would be willing to give a prize for anyone that can find aftermarket stuff specifically made for the Smith & Wesson 916A. I would love a side saddle to go on there. There's really no place to put it. There's only that screw to hold it. I could get like a StarTac that's made for a Benelli or Mossberg or whatever, and I guess have this tapped, but I don't know. Plastic furniture might be fun to throw on there just for goofs. Oops. Anything aftermarket, I'm just curious, because I've got zero information on this except basically what I've told you. It's a law enforcement riot gun from the 70s, made by Smith & Wesson. Horrible reputation, but there are some good ones out there. I got a hold of a good one. Not in the best condition in the world. There's some, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, in the bluing. There's some aberrations in the bluing. And there's a dent in the tube right here, but that doesn't seem to bother it whatsoever. And it looks like the trigger guard here might have been touched up with a bluing pin once upon a time. But it's been a great shotgun. I like it a lot. Any information you can give on it would be greatly appreciated. And there we have it, the Smith & Wesson Model 916A shotgun in 12 gauge. Again, any feedback that anyone can give would be greatly appreciated. If you know where I can get an exploded parts diagram or just anything that I haven't mentioned yet would be fantastic. And don't forget to check out Guitar Mikey 2's link down below and get in on that discussion of revolver versus semi-auto for personal defense. I am Mr. Willie19 coming at you here from the Second Amendment Show on the YT YouTube, and I'm hoping that this video finds you and finds you well. Cheers.